gents, for our second match here for the FACEIT North American League. I'm back, and so is James. Hello.
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 Hi.
Hi.
All right, so we have, of course, Ace and Tempo Storm, who will be facing off against each other. First map will be Cobble, then we have Inferno and Dust 2, as you guys could probably see if you were observant. If you're observant individuals, you would have seen that on the schedule.
Cobblers.
Thanks, James. Okay, so interestingly, about some fun facts with the teams, of course. Ace.
Wait, are these fun facts which are actually facts and fun? Because last time you said you had a fun fact, but it was neither a fact nor fun. Is this one a fact or fun?
But it ended up being a fun fact.
Yes, it did, but you just say it.
All right. So with Team Ace, of course, that is the team.
Where's my watch gone?
Your watch. I don't know where you keep your things or what you do with your things. The last time you're wearing your watch upside down. This time it's just gone. I think you've got some problems with your watch game.
I was watching the last match, and then my watch disappeared. I played some Counter-Strike during the break.
What is the correlation?
I know what happened. I know what happened, Dan. I played some Counter-Strike during the break, but I had to take my watch off because it gets stuck on the bottom of the keyboard. And I've left it. I've left it by the gaming desk.
All right.
So tell me this fun fact of yours, without interruption this time.
Well,
I promise.
That was pretty good. That was you got that bang on there. I was trying to add a delay, like when you delay a push and all the counter grenades came in, but you waited with your counter grenades. It's really nerdy. But Maxaki is of course Maxaki is on Ace, and of course he flew all the way from Sweden, from the land of Counter-Strike to the land of North America to actually play some Counter-Strike. And of course we'll see him in this qualifier playing for Team Ace, and I'm very curious to see what will actually happen. They also have a guy called decipLe, James, and he's spelled his name not as you would spell decipLe, but it's like decipLe. He's trying to be different.
It's almost like decipLe.
Yeah, but it's not. It's probably decipLe.
Yeah, I think we can assume that.
Yeah. All right. So
is that all the info you have on these teams, Dan?
Yes.
Great.
This is good. It's a good pre-show. Well, we also have Tempo Storm, of course, and of course you'll recognize some of these names because we've got glorinsz in there, we've got Stanislaw. These are guys, and Hades as well. These are guys which previously were Lunatic. If you cast your mind back, because we've had loads of mix-ups of teams, but Lunatic were one of the teams that are doing quite well in our first stage actually.
Yep.
And we have a reincarnation of the team under the name Tempo Storm, and as we can see, Shazam has also joined them. So he's found a new home with Tempo Storm. So I'm going to be curious to see how this works out. And Cobble is an interesting map actually, because it's gained quite some popularity in Europe, and so we've seen the metagame developing significantly on Cobble actually.
Hey, he's actually going for the flank here.
We casted a Cobble earlier, James.
How did that go?
I casted it with you.
Oh yes.
It was Navi and
I guess I knew how that went, Dan.
Yeah.
This is great. Everything's going well so far.
Navi and Flipside. I believe
at this point, should Tempo Storm even run? It's 2 versus 5, and they have I don't know. Who knows?
It was a Flipside victory, I do believe. Oh no, it wasn't actually. Was it? Yes, it was. I don't even know if Flipside or Navi won it. I can't remember that far back, James.
Move on.
I need to move on my life. Do you think I need to see a doctor about my memory issue?
I have no clue.
Maybe I should just cast some more Counter-Strike. Let's do that. Alright. Okay, guys. We have Ace Gaming versus Tempo Storm. And we're about to kick things off here. Ace Gaming on the CT side. Tempo Storm on the T side.
So these Europeans going to America, is this like when footballers or soccer players get to their early 30s and then they move to join LA Galaxy?
Good job. I don't know. It's a possibility.
Although Pies is not quite 30. Anyway, Hades getting the first frag onto Maxaki, the European import.
Expat. Okay, we have...
Do you think he brought snooze with him?
I should imagine he has a healthy supply of snooze. We have Tempo Storm looking for that drop zone play. Here we go. The smoke does go down. They're going to get themselves into connector and split into the B-bomb site. Very nice approach here from Tempo Storm, and it's going to be pretty hard for Ace Gaming to hold this one off. Disciple's trying to put in some damage, but he cannot get much done. The entire lineup of Tempo Storm currently all standing. Bomb has been planted. Indeed it has. We've got montE and PEX here trying to make something actually happen for themselves, but it's not looking too good. As it will be the end of montE and PEX at the hands of Shazam. So 1-0, and T-side will kick things off with a good economy. And Ace Gaming probably only going to invest in a few pistols here. I mean, you'd want, of course, some teams in some spots will try to force it up completely here, but you really want to get the ops going fairly quickly in this map. So gonna have to see just a very light investment. They almost invested nothing. This is 2 P250s. That's it.
Yeah, I think this is a map where long term we might see some strong ecos from CTs unless this happens, where basically everybody goes B. Pretty hard to defend against at the moment, and it's going to be pretty much a free site for Tempo Storm. Shazam looking to make some paper here. Maybe he can make back some of the skins he's been gambling as of late. Only PEX remaining now. Only one player down for Tempo Storm so far. That will be Shazam leaving the building. Cleanup operation comes in from Hades. And round 2 is in the bag for Tempo.
Yeah, so it's a good start there for Tempo. And we'll have to see if Ace Gaming can get any licks of damage done on this round. It would be nice, but I mean, we've actually seen some teams in this spot, in a round like this, where they try, if they will stack a site, and if the enemy team doesn't go to that site, and they plant on, let's say they stack B, and then the other team goes A and plants A, they don't even move from B, because they actually don't want to get fragged by the SMGs. They'd rather just have really, really strong positions, and it's more about the team trying to get themselves money, actually, which is a weird, interesting new dynamic that started to actually develop. We won't see any of those shenanigans here. We will just see Tempo Storm completely crushing Ace Gaming almost immediately as they enter the B-bomb site. And 3-0 will now be the score as we have the full buy from Ace Gaming, who are heavily saving to have this this very, very strong buy.
So, Maxaki on the AWP, or if you're from the Nordics, AVP, or if you're from France, the AWP.
The AWP?
Yeah,
are you serious?
Yeah, I have a bunch of French people who call it the AWP. So we'll see if he can get any work done here. Nade's coming in straight away, so that's going to be him losing half his life before he even finds anyone to engage with. We've got Shazam holding a passive position near the statue. The open one as opposed to the one on the B-bomb site, which is heavily guarded for the time being. So, T's have taken their positions, and everything has slowed down. See them starting to push long A here, as they've been waiting for some peaks from the CTs, but there will be no peaks left. They're just tidily holding angles for now. PEX needs to be careful here. Trying to get some information, find a frag as well, and the other teammates are retreating, and they've basically left Rix to die on his own. Ooh. So that will be that.
Shot there by Shazam, eliminating Maxaki at the top of CT ramp, and that's going to allow a more even situation for Tempo Storm. In fact, an advantage, as Ace Gaming do have to spread their players, and we do have now a cutting motion from Hades as he has moved through the drop zone into the connector area, and he will be fragging onto disciple in towards that B area, and things are looking very problematic now for Ace Gaming on the CT side, as it is onto montE to stop some plant action from happening. He can pick up the guy who was planting, but the bomb has been set down, so it's ticking away, and Shazam can now play the clock against PEX as he comes in to see what he can get done. Flash over the top there, very high in the sky, that one, as the defuse fake will come out, and PEX will spot Shazam, but there's really nothing he can do, and the round will be claimed by Tempo. A costly round for them, but they win against the buy of Ace nonetheless.
Shazam threw his M4.
Oh, did he not get it?
And just didn't get anything.
Oh my god.
And then he lost, then he couldn't find the M4, Dan. So, he, well, never mind. He's going to opt for the MP7, which is actually, that's a reasonable option in this position. No armor for Ace Gaming, just a bunch of 5.7s and P250s, 2 flashbangs as well. And I'm sure Shazam's teammates are laughing at him. Nice punish of the attempted flank there by PEX. There's someone else lurking around that smoke as well, but Shazam's going to try and hold things down from the back, as you can see here. So he's making the money back. A lot of money so far. No one lost for Tempo Storm. Standard anti-eco round. Shazam is flying around the map now, trying to make as much money as he can. And $9,000 in the bank, not too shabby at all.
Okay, so Tempo Storm, loads of cash building up at the moment. Ace Gaming going to have another crack at the whip as they do go for this full buy again. Maxaki on the AWP, as well as decipLe now. And still Shazam on the MP7. And that is his punishment for throwing his M4 away. His teammates are like, no, you can't have anything worth anything anymore. And Maxaki will actually miss the first shot there as Tempo Storm only put one player down there. So that's actually going to make him go back a little bit. And it also means that they have less of an idea of what's going on, of how many players are where for Tempo Storm. So still holding on to a regular setup. Try and connect one just next to the drop and one at the hut at the back of B. I can imagine that is Pez indeed. I think it is. PEX, sorry. No, it's no. It's there's though, trying to get the defense happening, but Shazam will jump through the window and easily claim his life. And montE he's got a good position here, but so decipLe just rattling off the shots. The AWP takes 2 lives, and now Stanislaw left over as he does just watch his teammate die. The bomb falls, and that will be a next frag from Maxaki and the one to close the round as Ace picked one up. They did lose 3 players there, so it was costly. We are going to have Shazam still on the AWP. So far, so good here for Tempo Storm, though. I mean, if they're able to break Ace Gaming after this, they'll force the eco and like ruin their economy again. So this is really rough times here for Ace Gaming. They need to hold on to this round.
Yeah, they've only got one in the bag so far. Got a heavy push coming in from Tempo Storm again. This is a nice area for the teaser. They can all spread out, but keep their guns relatively close together. Lots of angles for them to cover, and that's one of them Maxaki will take advantage of. Trying to stop the plant with the molly, but still going to find space behind that smoke. Maxaki takes down Stanislaw as well. Now it's a 4 versus 3 here. montE looking for the flanks from the team, but not going to come just yet. Only Rix remains now versus montE and Vez. montE is actually heavily tagged, so Rix could put a stop to shenanigans. That's a nice flash. Gonna tag down the other player as well. Vez trying to pre-fire the nade. Pre-fire Vez, sorry. That nade not going to do the job. And Rix will fall to the remaining players of Ace Gaming. An important round on the board for them.
If he knew how low they were, like that nade, in theory, could have actually taken them both out. That would have been so sick. That's rough. But it was a very close situation, and Ace Gaming survived only with 2 players. So that, of course, is going to toll heavily on their economy still. So Tempo Storm still have an opportunity to keep that pressure on, and they're going to go for another fast play down B long to see if they can get that damage done very, very fast here.
That nade.
And they're going to be dropping straight into the bomb site. No messing around. Maxaki able to take his time to pick up the frags right from the double doors there as montE goes to work as well. So Tempo Storm having a bit of a hard time on the entry right now as Ace Gaming all show up to stop this bomb from being planted.
Ruthless aggression here from both teams. Orcas trying to find each other. Rick's going to take down one of the opposition. PEX versus the rest of the world now. Time is on his side for the time being, but the guns are not. And Rix will finish off the job. So that's going to be an arduous time for Ace Gaming economy-wise. You can see Vez with a bunch of money. So he can potentially drop some pistols for his team here, but maybe not much else to be expected from them with this kind of money. So a good start so far for Tempo Storm. The fast, aggressive pushes seem to be working for them. But now they have to be careful as the Blues are on the eco.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen a lot of power in Europe from, especially when you have like the really strong aimers, just running down B long and just not even like a whole team rush, but just like like 1 or 2 guys just getting deep on B long. Sorry, they can. You get such good engagements from doing that it can be really scary if you allow them to get there quickly. But it's just on about the eco cleanup at the moment, and so far so good. Only losing Rix, but Vez and PEX are still alive, ready to ruin some lives. With those pistols, Vez on the dig. Glorinsz is going to find him and take him down. As PEX gets sneaky frag indeed. You look at the sneaky frag and an AK to boot. Now, where is he going to take this AK? How is he going to keep this AK alive? Because Tempo Storm are on the hunt.
I was hoping that with the new update there would be some game changes. I wonder if the scout nerf will ever come.
Don't be ridiculous, James.
The jumping scout nerf, but maybe not so much. But the new knife sounds are interesting. The knife sound hitting the wall is cool, but the kind of just swiping the air, very underwhelming compared to
It just feels very weird.
The old sound.
Yeah.
It feels like you're swinging a twig in the air.
Oh, they will get the kill as well. Good stuff there by Shazam. But I actually would like it if they did mix it, so we have the old swiping sound in the air, and the new clunking on the on an object. I agree with you there. Okay, so 2-7 is the score, as Tempo have definitely enacted quite a few powerful rounds, which has put Ace Gaming in a taxing place, almost quite literally, as it is a battle of economy, and it's something that they're behind on at the moment. Have the pop flash in now. Will Hades look the right way? The Molotov could help him out here to eliminate positions to look as he tries to get through to CT ramp, but he's going to back away actually, just providing harassment, providing uncertainty, obscurity for the CT sides. They don't know, but they're actually going to push a player in, and that's going to give them a slightly warning sign that it will be a B play. If they can get the fourth player in place on B in time, maybe they can hold this.
PEX is flanking, but is he going to get there fast enough? In fact, Maxaki is already moving over towards the B bomb site, so they could have a stack, but is he going to get there in time? That's the question. They still need to be a bit paranoid about the drop zone area, so they're going to have a 0-3-2 setup here as the flank is getting closer and closer, but here's a 5-man push from Tempo Storm on the site. There it goes, the trades coming in from both teams now. Stanislaw and Co. bring it to a 2v2. He's pushing through the smoke, and he and PEX will clean things up. So Ace Gaming get another round on the board, only surviving with 2 players, however, so their money is still going to be very difficult indeed. They're probably going to have to drop for their teammates so they can get proper armor. And they may find themselves a bit short on nades. You can see Maxaki there just with the smoke and the flash.
It's actually, again, this is one of those spots where if Tempo win this round, they put Ace Gaming onto double eco. So Ace Gaming again have to win this round, and Tempo are going to ring true to their name and just rush in with a very, very fast tempo indeed. And Shazam will open up with the double frag. PEX and montE going to go down. And it's going to be really tough here to retake this, but Maxaki is into the task. We'll pick up the bomber, and it's just Hades left alive. Now, this is a really good round for Ace Gaming. Tempo Storm just rushing in, and that's it's unfortunate that they weren't able to pick up that round, because that was probably the most important round so far in this half, again, because that would have given them an opportunity to go to like an 11-4, 12-3 scoreline, actually, had they broken them there. So the opportunity is now gone, as Ace Gaming have started to secure their economy, and they get to reinforce it now against the pistols. So they should have a clean round here.
Well, they're rushing straight through the doors. PEX getting the first frag, not waiting for the other players to come through. Second frag in, Maxaki coming in for support, PEX falls, but now there's only Shazam left. He is the bomb carrier, lots of time on the clock, but he's only got the deagle, no armor, can't pick up the rifle. Maxaki will come and shoot him down fairly swiftly. So Ace Gaming starting to catch up pretty rapidly now.
Yeah, it was a huge momentum round that they were able to win, and it's going to be the case now that Tempo Storm are in the position that their opponents were in. They have the buy, but if they lose, they're on the eco, and they have the additional help of getting bombs down, and that can really help economically. But Maxaki will get the opening kick onto Hades. Defensive kill there. Hades has been on the lurk, and they've read the situation well. They're pushing another guy up on the A side. It's actually PEX, so they can go for the flanks if need be. It's a huge amount of info, and I guess they've recognized that Hades is the lurk, basically, and he's in the lurk role, so that they know the B play is coming.
So momentum definitely in Ace Gaming's favor now. We've seen these rushes from Tempo Storm, but they're getting cut down one by one. And we're not seeing the trades coming out in this particular round from Tempo Storm, or even attempts really. They're just one dude and one dude and one dude. Only Rix and Shazam left versus 5 untouched players here on the CT side. Completely untouched.
PEX is coming for them. PEX is coming. He's just locking them in. They're locked in at the moment. It's a huge Ace Gaming sandwich with a delicious, delightful center of tempo. montE is looking to take down the rest of these players, and indeed he will. So 6-7 is the score now. And this map has definitely started to lean towards a lot of team rounds. Something in the region of a 8-7, 7-8, I would say, as the teams are really starting to figure out that, hey, you know, there's all these ways to push the A side of the map, all these ways to take drop and basically destroy CT options in rotations and so on and so forth. So, we'll have to see if Ace Gaming will falter in the final round, because this round should again be another fairly clean one for them. They should be able to get to the 7-7 here without too much of an issue.
Yeah, we're not seeing particularly solid executes here from Tempo. It just seems to be a bit of a bum rush job. Although they are setting up for some smokes here, so we'll see how that goes. Maybe they're just waiting for Hades to run distraction on the A site. Starting to approach now. Shazam getting picked off for free. Again, no flashes there. You saw, well, maybe you saw Phillipe-Side playing this map earlier. You saw Blade throwing those pop flashes into that drop zone. Not going to see that at the moment from Tempo Storm on the C side. Only Stanislaw and glorinsz remaining. Again, 5 completely untouched players here for Ace. Maxaki taking down second last player. Only one to find. He hears him, but he hasn't seen him. Going to go for a desperation plant. That might stop it from happening, but it's going to be in there too late. That said, Ace Gaming will take another round and even things up to 7-7.
Absolutely, but the bomb plan will help Tempo out quite significantly, as we'll see their money any moments now. And money, lots of money. So they have the full efforts into this last round. Up on Shazam. Are they about to get wham bam Shazammed?
Wow, he's 18-8 right now, which is top fragging on the whole server at the moment.
Auto sniper on decipLe though. decipLe, who has chosen to spell his name that way.
Well, you can see the area he's playing towards the B bomb site in case they go for another fast push in numbers. However, we have 3 Tempo Storm players in very passive position to be. Wow, look how smart montE is. Creeps around the corner through the smoke, then comes up out of nowhere. Free frag onto Hazes, who is completely oblivious to that plan.
Yeah, that was actually really awesome to see. Really nice play there from montE. But in the meantime, Tempo, they haven't shown much towards A, but now they are creeping towards A long at the moment. They're trying to take over a connector area as well as they make their way slowly towards it. But the thing is that they don't have anybody on CT ramp side. They have nobody in connector cutting from drop zone, no lurkers or anything like that. So they're going to have to hit their shots. All the nades are going over. This is definitely somewhat of a desperation rush coming in. All 4 players from the same angle, but can they get onto the site? montE will gun down Stanislaw. decipLe is very close to picking up a second kill for his side. The glorinsz will live, and the bomb will go down. But they are pressed to a defense right at the back of the bomb site. There's nowhere to hide, nowhere to run for the remainder of Tempo, and it's, well, it will just be a defuse as the rest of them do get eliminated. And Ace Gaming pick up their 8th round, and I'm curious what they have to throw at Tempo on their T sides, because as you said, I did feel like Tempo's, some of their pushes were a bit bum rushy, maybe a little bit chaotic.
So I think at one point the score was 6-2 to Tempo Storm.
Yeah.
So for it to finish 8-7 is a good adjustment by Ace Gaming. We'll see if they can continue their good fortune that they found in the late stages.
It could also be relative, because we're also comparing rushes to the same rushes that like Na'Vi, we're seeing Na'Vi execute, for example. Which is kind of probably one of the best teams in the world at the moment. So.
Right, so let's see what these guys have to offer. Lots of bodies for Ace over towards the A site. You can see Tempo rotating backwards and forwards. Seem to have an inkling that it might be A. Maybe with the position of Stanislaw, they're going to move further away as he can get the quick jump and tell people if he needs backup. So as soon as he has that quick engagement, you see glorinsz moving closer to his position. Maxaki with a serious Glock spam there. Going to do next to no damage on these CTs. Shazam to get the opening kill on the round.
Indeed, it's Sniper trying to make his way up CT ramp, but Shazam is still there in position. Ooh, that Could have been a headshot. It's close. decipLe's in a very hard spot there, but the bomb will go down towards the bomb side as all the players are going to fly on in. But glorinsz, with an excellent 3 kills to his name, will stop any shenanigans, and Tempo will start things off well. Nice economy, and Ace Gaming, how are they going to approach this? Are they going to go for the full buy-up? Indeed they will. Didn't get the bomb down, need to double save anyway, so it's going to be the Tech 9 armor, and it's going to be 1 smoke and 1 flash, and I wonder where this single smoke and single flash will go, because when there's so few of them, it's quite important. Now, we do have them lining up. Also teammates. That is a really well timed smoke off there from Tempo Storm as this push is arriving from Ace Gaming. They'll jump straight on into the site, but it is chaos right now. But glorinsz is going to put some amount of method and control to the chaos as he guns them down with the M4A1S. And it's going to be another round for Tempo Storm as the full save for Ace Gaming is now about to come in. And it's going to be interesting to see what Ace Gaming had to throw at Tempo. What would you like to see them do with their when they have their AKs?
I would just like to see some execution. I'd like to see some evidence that they've practiced the map. Not to say that they haven't, but you know, in the European matches we have seen recently, not every team had the strats on the T side. Again, the Tempo approach was somewhat mixy, and I would like to see something more significant from that than that from Ace. But again, it is the eco round, so pretty much a standard affair so far. Hades survived with I think it was Hades who had like 3 HP in the last round, then the MP7, but it looks like he's thrown it over to a teammate. I think Rix has picked up and Hades went for the M4. Shazam running around with a scout for the time being. Plant's looking unlikely for Maxaki here. He will go down as well, so that's good money in the bank for Tempo, not losing a single player there. Nobody has to rebuy.
Yeah, and now we get the AKs, and Shazam will drop the scout for an AWP. So let's have a look and see what Ace Gaming have to show. And also Tempo, what is their approach from their CT side? Are they going to get a bit aggressive on A long? You know, what is the meta game going to show in A right now? Oh, bit of aggression there down the middle. Not going to find any players though with those bullets, but they have slowed the roll a little bit of Ace Gaming. It's a bit slowed as they are making their way up A long at this point in time. And Tempo still have to be careful they don't get too far away from supporting each other. And you can see that Stanislaw does get pop flashed in by his teammate, which is Shazam up on the A bomb site. Shazam's got nice coverage of A long. It's going to be down to Stanislaw to make sure that nobody gets passed onto CT ramp. And Ace Gaming looking for this execute. Stanislaw with a nice pick off there onto PEX, proactively playing against Ace Gaming. And Tempo could be in trouble now, but they still have the advantage.
Yeah, and that frag is going to cut off the rotations in either direction from Tempo Storm, but Rick takes down that player, so the rotations are open once again. montE and Maxaki remaining now for Ace Gaming. Completely separated from each other, however, with loads of CTs between them. Maxaki just waiting for another opening. Still 30 seconds on the clock for him to do something. montE has got to get a free frag onto Stanislaw. He's looking in mid. And now Tempo Storm have to ask questions as to where these 2 terrors might be. They have an idea on one of them. Nice angle on montE, Rix finds. And it's Maxaki versus 2. He should get the plant here. And we'll see if he can clutch it as well.
Absolutely, it's going to be the plant indeed. With just a few moments left, but going to get incendiaried out of this position potentially. The smoke does go down to cover his retreat, but Rix and glorinsz are playing for the trade as Maxaki is just stuck on the bomb site at the moment, inside the smoke, going to creep his way through and actually try to just basically follow in their footsteps all the way around the back, but glorinsz is wise to that. Picks him off, and it will be the round there for Tempo. It had its cost to 3 players, but that is an acceptable loss in this situation. However, Ace Gaming do have enough to buy up and keep the pressure rolling on in.
Yeah, Tempo Storm having a better start to their CT side than Ace Gaming did, giving themselves a 3-round lead for the time being. Again, we've got Shazam now picking up the big green gun. 4 silenced M4s on the rest of the team. 4 mollies as well on the non-AWP players. So we'll see how they execute those on the map as the round goes on. So looks like they might try and use it to stop any fast pushes here from Ace Gaming, the kind of pushes that Tempo Storm did when they were on the T side. So there's a flame carpet going down, and the smoke will follow things up. Maybe with a pot flash through the smoke as well. But it would be wise not to push that smoke, even with the pot flash, as there may be many guns, and indeed there are, on the other side of that smoke.
So I like this. A much slower approach here from Ace Gaming to slowly try to take control of the B-long area. And of course, if they can get deep on this with a lack of grenades left for Tempo Storm, then that's going to cause issues for Tempo when it comes to actually holding this position. And it's going to be now the push coming on in, the chaos, the anarchy. There's a rifle on the B-bomb site. Hades moves in, does take down the bomber. Now that bomb is on the floor, lying there precariously for PEX to finally find his way onto a plant, but he won't get a moment's rest to do so as Shazam comes in with Hades and Stanislaw. It's going to be PEX over the first frag, can't get the second one. Stanislaw closes out the round, and it will be another one there for the CT side Tempo, as they seem to be looking pretty secure on this CT side, and we're going to even see an auto sniper from glorinsz now.
Yeah, they're heading towards a potentially fast game one. Quick pause coming in there from Hades. And again, yeah, they're bringing out the big firepower here. And Ace Gaming, from the looks of things, let's see, do they go for the eco here? They're on average around 3,000. Not going to have many nades if they do go for the buy.
So they haven't won a single round yet, and it's 8-12, so that means that it's been 4 that they've lost. So they're going to be on the 3,400 loss bonus. So they might as well just go for it at this point. Because if they can, because the thing is that you're in a spot where you don't want their economy to get situated. You want to hurt their economy as much as you can as against the TT side. We're seeing auto snipers now. That's not good, James. When auto snipers come out, that's not good. So if they can get the buy-in now and be like, okay, even if we lose the round, we'll get the bomb plant. Then they're going to get $4,200 in the following round, and then they can buy again. And if they did a significant amount of damage, or picked up some weapons and got some cool kills, then they'll just wear them away to the point where when they eventually do win the round, it's the CTs are maybe on a double eco potentially, depending on how much damage they're able to do. So if they do have the plays in the bag, though, that's the issue. If let's say they don't have the executes in the rehearsals of how to play maybe the Tech 9 armors or whatever they're going to be doing, then maybe you're thinking, okay, maybe they should save, because otherwise there's no point doing something like half-assed, basically. If you're not prepared to do it, you shouldn't go for it. But in theory, if they have the plays, they should go for the buy, I think.
So should this momentum continue for the CTs, what is our second map today?
The second map is going to be Inferno, actually, between these two guys. And we have a Dust 2 decider map if it comes to this. So Inferno, Dust 2, very, very standard maps as opposed to Cobble, which is the new one on the entry. And I imagine that Cobble is probably a harder map to get practice on in NA. I think that was generally has been a complaint, if I'm not mistaken. And
it was a complaint in the old version of Cobblestone.
Okay, yeah.
Because the Americans at the time, I believe, were playing Season.
Right,
I think that was in the map pool instead of Cobble, basically. So
that's more standardized.
So especially for the teams who are coming to Europe, it was pretty much a hopeless cause. But yeah, I do believe that the scene is more standardized as well. FACEIT included. When the original Cobblestone, we've refused to have it in our league because we just thought it was terrible. But they've since done considerable updates, and now it's in, basically.
Absolutely.
So I think one of the players is having some technical issues here. So I think it's wise for us to cut to a break for the time being, and hopefully rejoin you in just a few minutes. So stay tuned, and hopefully we can resume this match just a few minutes from now.
Yes, you're very quite tough, always having bad luck. You think you're going crazy, look up, there's a new life waiting. Your head's buried in the sand, you've been dealt the wrong hand. Can't imagine how you feel, only you know that it's real. Don't look back, just carry on, carry on, carry on. Don't look back, just carry on. tough, always having bad luck. You think you're going crazy, look up, there's a new life waiting. Your head's buried in the sand, you've been dealt the wrong hand. Can't imagine how you feel, only you know that it's real. Don't look back, just carry on, carry on, carry on. Don't look back, just carry on, carry on, carry on. 'Cause you are stronger. Yes, you are stronger. Because you are stronger.
Hello, ladies and gents. Welcome back to FACEIT TV, where we are casting some North American FACEIT League. And Ace and Tempo Storm is still going on. We have the first map. If you just joined us, 8-12 is the current score, and we have Darky subbing in for Shazam.
I think we need to make a highlight video of just all the failed nades that we see, because people seem to be getting worse at throwing nades these days. Alright, so that's got to be a little bit awkward for Stanislaw. Not a good start here for Tempo Storm. Again, Shazam has left the building for now, as he is being DDoS. So, there is an M4 in the hands of Ace Gaming. But they are dropping like flies at the moment, like moths to the flame. PEX and Vez, only one standing. Vez within tapping distance, and there's the tap. Only PEX remains now. How much damage can he do? Not that much more at all. Auto snipers actually are really good for no-scoping.
Yeah. glorinsz was like, blat, blat, blat. And they were
That's
like,
the sound of my gat.
yeah.
Blat, blat. That's the sound of my gat. Beep, beep. Who's got the keys to my Jeep, Jeep, Dan?
I do.
It's a bit of Missy Elliott there.
I have the keys to the Jeep. The FACEIT Jeep.
You have a Jeep?
Yes.
I thought we had like a...
For dusty environments. Okay, we have 13 rounds for Tempo Storm, and they're going up against another buy of Ace Gaming now. Maxaki is the one with the AWP, and we've got Stanislaw there looking to aim it. Got himself a nice vantage point from that position, and his teammate is on A long, I do believe.
I don't think he is, actually.
No, he isn't. Oh, no, he's not. Sorry, we have our screen is cut off a little bit here.
Yeah, we
Either way.
have big borders on our monitors. You know what they say about monitors with big borders, Dan?
Is it that T's are creeping up mid because that's what's or CT ramp because that's what's happening right now. I do believe it is Vez who is quite far up there on CT ramp. So Hades should be careful not to get caught on the rotate here. So it's actually montE. Oh,
boom!
Takes one to the chest. PEX goes down, and now it's going to be the rest of Ace Gaming trying to figure out how they can trade onto the situation. Disciples on 6 HP. This is not looking good for Ace Gaming, James.
23 seconds left on the clock, and a quick frag here or there may change everything in this round. montE getting the opening onto the site. The bomb plant should come in. It's going to be a 3 versus 3 retake, and montE's positioning is going to be very important. There's another frag for him onto Rix, and he's going to pretty much close this round out on his own, just holding down all the entrances for his team.
I think glorinsz should try to keep this alive. Yeah, I was afraid he was just going to run and die there. Thank God he's not going to do that, James. I would have cried. Tears. Salty tears of salt.
I would never tell someone the HP of a player who is alive until the conclusion of the round.
It's like mucking your cards in poker, James. Do you muck?
Absolutely, I always muck.
I always muck. Well, you can try to troll people or throw them off by sometimes showing.
I always
on your play, I suppose,
know,
but
one interesting thing about poker when you're on the river, if you call someone's bet, they have to show their card first. So I will just sit there. They will be like, "Oh, what have you got? What have you got?" And I'll just stare at them until they show me their cards. I want to see those cards every time. I'm merciless, Dan.
all right. Well, we do have glorinsz still alive with the auto sniper. He still has many blats to resound in the echoey halls of the medieval castle that is the setting of Cobble. And we have, of course, the play into a long, slowly but surely, and Stanislaw he's ready, James. Look at this. He's ready. It's like, come at me.
Yeah, but
He's the shadow. Look at that.
that's a nice, easy frag for him because he sees the shadow first. As Dan just mentioned, the second frag comes in as well, so not being traded at all. PEX trying to do what he can. Going to get Stanislaw down finally, but there was a second CT there. And he's going to be chasing him. Darky running around. Meanwhile, Vex gets taken out by Rick, so there's only 2 players left here for Ace Gaming. The bomb miles away, the other side of the map to the last player, PEX, and he won't win his duel either. Tempo Storm continues to march towards that magical 16th round. Maybe not magical, Dan, but it's a 16th round. It's important. It means they won the map.
That's good.
Most of the time.
I like that, you know, the that Darky has the heart next to DB, which of course means database. So he's just a massive nerd. He loves databases, James.
Maybe it's headphones, and the heart's supposed to be his head, and he's just typed it wrong. You know the D and B is headphones, right?
That's weird.
Hey man, I've seen heads with weird shapes.
It might be that he loves decibels. That's also a possibility. But we have to see if Tempo Storm can close out round number 15 right now. Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh dear. Smoker's gone a little bit wrong. Oh, Rix is going to find himself the entire lineup of Ace Gaming. And he won't see most of them through the smoke as he does not have X-Ray. But in comes the push. Rix is still there, alive and taking, spraying down an extra player. And now it is a 4-on-3 affair as glorinsz goes to work with a black of his scar, his auto sniper. So many blacks, so many lives ruined by glorinsz.
Think of the children. Brutal.
I'm thinking of them. What next, James?
Brutal efficiency. Now stop.
Okay.
Ace Gaming with a horrible buy in what could be the last round here. We're seeing loads of flashbangs on the T side, but what plan? What do they have to offer in terms of strategy with this kind of situation?
Well, their Tech-9 chicks just have to run and jump and shoot.
Look at that.
montE is sacrificed to the flames, to the great flame god.
Gods and monsters then.
Royal.
So the plan seems to be Tech-9's rushing long to try and get a bomb plant here, to try and keep themselves in the game. Maxaki looking for the rotation. Says glorinsz caught with his knife out. Hades and Rix remain versus 4. Now the question is, what do they do here? I think they're probably going to play for exits, as they don't want to give up 2 more guns to Ace. You can see that their money is depleted.
I think it depends on what Hades actually pulls off here, because if he can find a fast frag, then they can try to work into something. Oh no, but he's not. He's just going to get destroyed. He's going to get caught by disciPLE on the side, so that's not going to happen at all. That's a shame for him.
I'd like to see how much money Rix has got, and whether or not it's an option to
Press tab,
be playing for the exits here.
Producer Reese has his headphones off, James.
Producer Reese does not have his headphones on.
Maybe he should get some headphones on at some point. But as we await this glorious moment, James, when all the stars align, Producer Reese finds his headset.
Maybe we should just actually fire him.
I don't know, man. It's just idle threats at this point. I'm still curious why there's a crane and like ladders and stuff. It really ruins the vibe of the medieval. The medieval vibe is just lost now. There's like actual ladders from like the 21st century there. 21st century ladders and portaloos. Come on. All right.
Oh, looks like we might have a quick boost here from Tempo Storm. Got the molly there as well, so that's going to allow Hades to get into a sneaky position. The question is, oh, that's a kind of a not a very ideal angle, because he may expose himself with the silencer. Silencer versus silencer. It's going to be PEX to win that particular duel. Tries to run in with it, but the trades are going to come in. That's going to be in favor of Ace Gaming here. 2 of the Tempo Storm players down. More frags coming in all over the place around this drop zone.
But it's going to be Darky who can actually make the significant difference here for Tempo to regain an advantage here, despite being 3-on-3. The teams have, of course, an excellent potential to trade into that A-bomb site, and it's going to be the first couple frags going to them as well, leaving glorinsz alone yet again in a position where he's probably thinking about saving the auto sniper. I'm not sure how his money looks, but it's so expensive. Oh dear, he's going to get cremated on the balcony there. There'll be not anything left but ashes after that, and well, he'll respawn now, but he'll respawn with limited funds. And that's an unfortunate situation there for Tempo Storm, who looks so close to taking the map. And now it's going to be Ace Gaming with something to say for themselves.
Okay, so we'll see what the approach is. Eco round here for Tempo Storm, so going to try and be as sneaky as possible. Again, playing the close quarters angles. Only 3 of the 5 players have the one-shot weapons. So just charging up. Gonna find what he can for his team and eliminate who he can. Some have passed Darky already, but Angle's still going to be checked by PEX. So he's not going to get any frags. All he required was a quick 2-tap, and I think he was playing the information game. PEX, so very sharp on checking the looks of the crannies. Tempo being cut down here. Not much to say, really. Vez has fallen to glorinsz. That 5-7 putting in some work. glorinsz picks up an AK and the Molotov as well. And he is just going to run away with it. But the hunt is already on. 2 people looking for him. And everyone knows that the crow's nest in T-spawn is one of the more common places to save. And he is already being hunted here by decipLe. Though he should hear him running, which will give him a significant advantage. No one else is much closer, so if he can take down decipLe, then maybe he survives. Although the bees are angry and they are swarming to his location now.
It's definitely needs to attack from 2 sides at once, and that's exactly how you do it. I don't know if they that was coordinated exactly, but it worked out perfectly, and they will pick up the
I don't think he knew.
All right.
He had no idea that there was a gap in the floor.
That's hilarious.
That is funny.
That is really hilarious, actually. Oh my. So 15 to 12, Tempo with another chance here with the buy to close this one out. Or it could be a very strained few rounds where Ace Gaming could pick up that overtime. We shall have to see. We do have the stand-in darky down the bottom of CT ramp. Ready to receive any aggressive plays from the terrorists of Ace Gaming. And they are actually going to make their way up A-long and move through the connector into the bottom of that CT ramp area. And that could be problematic here. If Darky's unable to really pick up anything in the way of frags, their approach to the A-bomb site might be too fast to deal with.
Okay, so passive positions were being held over towards A. Stanislaw's relocating closer to the site now. 50 seconds on the clock for Ace Gaming. Nobody taken down yet. There's the first one. The Flames going to get the assist from the bullets. And Darky in a similar situation. They're just waiting for him. Darky's going to get the frag. Trying to find the second one. PEX's going to take him down. And he's relatively untouched. You can see decipLe falling to Stanislaw there. So 3 versus 3. One of the players out of position. Again, Ace have a player ready to stop any rotations from the B bomb site. So it's pretty much a 3 versus 2 here. Is he going to find a player below him? I think he might have seen the silencer. Can he find a spray? Indeed he can. Hades just can't find the right angle. Very awkward for both players indeed. So it looks like it's going to be another one lost for Tempo Storm here. Are they going to be able to get over the line here?
So if we have a quick tab pressed by producer Reese, we'll see. Okay, so it's going to be the 4th round lost in a row, which means that they're going to have $2,900 from this one. So they'll only have to save once, but that will put, of course, Ace Gaming onto 14. So that means they'll get 1 buy in them before it is overtime time. So that they have 1 last chance essentially to win this map. Now, it's hard to see exactly specifically where the issue has been for them, but it's more so been towards the A side of the map, and having Darky play there, it's, you know, a stand-in. They're probably not used to playing some more effective, aggressive setups, because we saw a lot of success from the way that they were playing A-long as well. So, yeah, it's that mix-up has definitely been problematic, and they're actually investing a bit into this round, with glorinsz saving that M4. So 3 players towards the A side of the map here for Tempo Storm. Can they pick up anything aggressive?
Speaking of aggressive, 3 people towards A here for the CTs on this occasion. And I think they've been giving Ace Gaming a lot of real estate for free over towards A, which has allowed them to have a lot of time to try and get these picks and push the site. So we'll have to see how Tempo Storm change things up on their next spy round, should they not prove victorious in this one. And 1 Deagle, 2 CZs and the M4 to contest this round so far. Ace Gaming, we've seen that they've made good use of Molotovs. They've still got 2 mollies in the bag in this particular round. Wallbang again going to come in and take down Stanislaw, so 3 remaining. glorinsz might be thinking about saving now in this situation. You can see him actually running away from the B bomb site while his 2 remaining players head that way.
Yeah, they can't be standing at that position by the crate there. Vez, every single time, he's just been getting kills there by just throwing the Molotov or spamming the crate. It's always, of course, incredibly wallbangable. It's like a free wallbang. Basically, you should always do it. There's nothing wrong by doing that. It's only when the players get really close, once you know, you've been counter smoking it and stuff where things get a little bit more difficult and where you know you can actually have players up there, but you can't just hide a guy up there just straight up. You need to have the grenades to support it. So it's something that's been abused so far by Ace Gaming on that B long area. But also, as you said, I think you're completely correct in your conclusion that the free real estate on A has been an issue ever since Shazam has been subbed out. And is this going to be something that they can remedy somewhat? Because Shazam was able to at least AWP from A, so that was still, you know, somewhat of a strength in giving it up a little bit, so he could still get their long range shots in somewhat consistently. But now that Darky, of course, has not been playing an AWP, likely not comfortable with that role, I think it's been harder for them. Great frag though to kick things off on the defense, and good little flash there to slow down montE. But he's trying to escape, and he hasn't got. Oh no, that's a huge misjudgment of how much time he had to actually run to safety. And now with Tempo Storm are in a bit of trouble, but there's 2 AWPs here, so the push might move quite slowly for Ace Gaming.
Yeah, they gave a free kill to Ace there. And again, Ace with still a minute on the clock. It's going to make things hard for Tempo. Playing 2 in A, 2 in B, 1 kind of in the drop zone as well. So Tempo are stretched pretty thin at the moment. They're going to commit glorinsz over towards the B-bomb site as well. Obviously, you can see that's the right choice here. Maybe a timing thing, maybe expecting more aggression earlier on. We're considering the remaining time for this push to come in, but it's going to be the B-bomb site. Maxaki getting 2 frags so far, and it's a 4 versus 2. Still 20 seconds for them to try and get the bomb down. And you can see the bomb plant is well covered, so it looks like we're going to be headed over towards overtime. Stanislaw, last man standing for Tempo Storm in normal time. And he will fall to the AWP of decipLe, and that will be 15-15.
Alright, so we have ourselves an overtime. As Tempo Storm had so many issues that they were running into there, and you know, I think like Darky dying there was a huge issue as well, because had he been able to survive, he would have actually been able to create a flanking situation for them on the A side. But because essentially, you know, he gave up that position, it would have been too risky for his teammate to actually go there from that spot. He wouldn't have had the cover, wouldn't have been able to trade if they were going to go for a double back, and so couldn't really get a backstab timing. So instead it had to be the rotate through A, through connector onto B, and it just makes life a lot harder. Just lowers your chances to really make that successful. So that definitely was a bit of an issue, and Ace Gaming, credit to them to make these pushes actually work out here, as they have claimed this overtime now. And they will be continuing on the the T side, as Tempo are going to be on the CT side. Now, Hades has picked up the AWP. I wonder if we'll actually see him AWPing A actually, and if they move Darky towards B. I wonder if that will actually happen, because they have to be looking back to the success that they were having when Shazam was playing A with an AWP.
Yeah, can Tempo Storm use these extra 5 rounds on the CT side to figure out how best to defend? We're about to find out. Stanislaw heading towards an aggressive A. But I think we've just got the rush coming in again from Ace Gaming. All the money in the world to play with now. We've got the kind of counter mollies coming in from the CTs. That also Sniper putting in work as well. He's going to try and double peek him, but he gets the 1v1. That's going to be PEX going down as well. 3 versus 5 here for Tempo Storm. Trying to hold down the side. The flank coming in from Rix. 2 kills for him. Vez versus 3 now. To try and save the round for his team. See him jumping. I'm not sure if he saw DB, but Darky, but Darky definitely saw him.
Yeah, not going for the wallbang there, interestingly enough, but we'll move through the smoke. Vez is expecting this though, might get a quick kill. Indeed he will, but he's down to 8 points of health now, as it should be pretty much impossible to pull this one off, but he just connects with a head or two, then he's going to find himself in a pretty interesting spot. There is the flank though from Stanislaw, and Stanislaw just always makes me think of Song of Ice and Fire in Game of Thrones.
Tempo Storm actually makes me think of I think a German company called Necrostorm, who made a fighting game on PC, which was like just insanely violent and didn't really work properly.
Nice.
There we go.
Cool story, bro.
It's one of my many stories, Dan, and they all pretty much go like that. Very nice snap there from Hades into the face of decipLe. So good start for Tempo. Some early information, nice early frag as well, as opposed to being the other way around.
That's what they were missing on their previous CT side when Darky stepped in, that AWP presence on A, and it's returned to effect. And Stanislaw is also going to make the frag. So indeed, they did switch Darky around. Where is he playing exactly? Is he playing? Oh, he's playing connector towards the drop zone area. So that's his new position, and I think this is a good choice here because it also means that they can, if they really suspect a B, they can leave the AWPer there, and it is definitely a safer range that you can play and find more advantages against the riflers with. So it's a nice option. But Maxaki is creeping on in, and he's going to find the shot into Stanislaw. Now the alarm bells are ringing very hard right now as Hades will pick up the fragment from Maxaki. So the AWP threat is gone, and glorinsz rolls on in with his auto sniper. And this guy is actually finding so many kills with it. I know it's a good weapon, but glorinsz is really making it look very fantastic indeed.
Yeah, it's hilarious how many kills he is getting with that thing, and he is indeed top fragging across the server at the moment with 27 kills, many of them coming with that dirty auto sniper.
The black.
The black, indeed. So 2 out of 2 so far for Tempo Storm. Maxaki has spotted somebody. The tag coming in, but not the frag. Hades left with 20 HP. He is AWPing himself as well, so all he needs is 1 HP, and
we might have a
maybe
push
he
though.
can get some work done.
Long and in. Oh no, he's going to go down to Vez, and that's pretty brutal because we see how low Hades is. And now A is compromised, James. It could potentially be compromised. But Stanislaw is there as well. They might not expect this. The backstab coming into play. And the spray is good. And the bomb goes down on A long. And now Ace Gaming are like, what the hell is going on right now? glorinsz is just he's doing his glorinsz thing. Just glorinsz things with the auto sniper.
Ace back in control of the bomb. The two players close to each other. And it looks like they're going to try rotate over towards B as the CTs charge in towards A. We'll have to see what decision-making the CTs make here once they see that the bomb's not being planted. glorinsz going back. Is he going to hold an angle for the T's across the site? And can he get there in time? Unbeknownst to him, if they do. We've already got one of them closing in. That's going to be Maxaki going down. That should be the clue that the CTs need. Although, I think they thought it may have been a flank, but now they've seen the sand cue from the smoke grenade and they know what's up. That nade going to do a bit of damage to PEX. glorinsz asking questions through the smoke. He's got 2 more players in tow to try and put a stop to this. And that's another frag in the bag here for glorinsz.
This is awesome. You never see this many frags on auto sniper. I mean, it's a good weapon, and situationally it's great. Dynamically, it's pretty good as well because it's a sniper rifle that you can just keep spamming very quickly. So it's, in theory, it's great, but you just don't see it make this many kills ever.
Right, so PEX with a late buy there. 3 mollies for the T side. Yet to find a round in the first half of overtime. Again, it is MR5 16k. For those of you not familiar, MR5 means 5 rounds a half instead of the normal 15. 16k means you start with $16,000.
Yes, match rounds, I guess, instead of max rounds, which is sometimes the confusion. The max rounds actually being 10. So we do have ourselves a congregation. Not so convivial, though. It is a congregation of war. And the war machine edges in, looking for the play down to drop zone, as decipLe flicks onto Rix. It's going to be Hades with a close range AWP play to shut down Vez as well. So now Ace Gaming are scrambling for options, but PEX is the one to find it. It's going to chop off the head of Darky. Hades finds a frag, very important actually, because that would have slowed down the rotation massively. And now glorinsz has been unlocked. He can reach the full potential with that auto sniper on the retake, but it is going to take something like that. What a flick there from Hades! That's going to drop the bomb as well. Massive, massive kill from him. What a round so far from Hades. He's got 3 kills racked up. Bomb has to be retrieved from behind the APC. And here comes montE, looking for that shot. Gets the spray down. No trade from glorinsz just yet, as he looks to try to find this now with the auto sniper. Looking for the no scopes. In it goes, and there it is! Finds the head on the first shot. Absolutely ridiculous stuff from glorinsz. This guy is... There's someone arrest this guy.
A 5-0 here from Tempo Storm would be humongous going into the second half. Would only require 1 round in the bag. But Ace Gaming still have the full buy. Minus Orps. So we'll have to see what they can muster. They can give themselves some breathing space, just a little bit.
glorinsz must be laughing in hysterics every time he sees like another kill with that auto sniper. And there it is, another kill for glorinsz at the back of B, just trolling away with his you know, his black blats, taking lives and making the back. So Stanislaw going for the backstab here, and this could be the last nail in the coffin of Ace Gaming's T side on Cobble. As he slowly creeps in, it feels as though Ace Gaming are not long for this world, as he is actually going to be perfectly in time to see everyone! Oh! Stanislaw gets all of them with like, what, 6 bullets. Lovely stuff there from Stanislaw. And I don't know what was worse, James. That spray down, that's get right style. That's like just hashtag just get right things right there. That timing.
That was a pretty nice spray actually.
Yeah, seriously.
3 headshots, 4 kills. That was.
And that wasn't with an AK either. That was with an M4A1S. So, and I think it was like sub 10 bullets, maybe like 8 bullets or something. That was.
It's nicely done.
Yeah, that's going in a highlight somewhere.
So Ace Gaming have it all to do now. They need to get 5 out of 5 to not go a map down here at the FACEIT North American qualifier. And looks like Tempo are setting up for a push. These are the kind of things that we see Blade from Flipside throwing as well. So definitely a more refined approach here in round 6 of Overtime 1. Good punishes there from Tempo, getting the first 3 frags in quick succession. Now it's Tempo who once again will be waiting for the rotation of the remaining CTs, decipLe and Vez. decipLe just down to 5 HP. So this is going to be nigh on impossible for them once the bomb goes down. But the frag's coming in by Vez. So decipLe 5 HP versus 3, unceremoniously taken out by that grenade. That's going to be map 1 to the Terror side Tempo Storm.
And they have an Inferno to look forward to now. And yeah, it feels like Darky did a really good job overall. It felt like, just to begin with, the role that he was given, just because he was straight up just replacing Shazam, who was AWPing the entire time. It felt like within their setup, that role, of course, without any rehearsal. Playing 2 rifles there, I think, is very difficult. You need a lot of team play, a lot of communication, a lot of rehearsal. So that didn't really work. Then they put him to an easier spot where he's playing by himself. They put Hades with the AWP there. And, of course, glorinsz seemed to just have, I don't know, he has the divine powers with the auto sniper. That helped as well. But generally speaking, a much better approach from their CT side on Cobblestone there, with Darky moving to the drop zone. So, any thoughts before we jump to a break? Or?
Not really, no.
All right, well, guys, we'll take a quick break whilst we set up map number 2, Inferno, between Ace Gaming and Tempo Storm. We'll see you after the break.